Tuesday, y'all. What you doing? I'm still at the beach. Happy Tuesday with Jack. What's going on? This is my post-birthday edition, so I wanted to post in with you and see what's up, y'all. I want to talk a little bit about my path. And this isn't going to be long because I'm at the beach. Nobody wants to do this for a long time here for a lot of reasons. But I want to talk to you about my healing journey. I want to tell you how far I've come because on this birthday, this end of my 40s birthday, I've really thought about how far I've come in my healing and self-care journey. And I don't want to tell you about things like spas and yoga. I want to tell you about the fact that the first 25 years of my life, I was going to a doctor on the regs because I would occasionally pass out. And nobody understood why. And it started when I was 5 or 6. The doctors called it a seizure. I guess technically it was. It would happen on occasion when I was very stressed out. It would happen when I got into adolescence, and as I found things would happen to me like around my time of the month, if I was not taking care of myself, if I was not feeding and watering myself the way that I needed to, I would literally get to the point where I would actually fall over and pass out. And so we actually thought that I had some kind of thing, and I've actually been diagnosed with something called vasovagal syncope. And perhaps you are familiar with it because we once had a president who choked on a pretzel. Remember when W choked on the pretzel? Yeah. So when he choked on the pretzel and then he passed out, it triggered his vagal response, and it turns out that he also has this particular condition. But I got to Philadelphia. This is why I'm wearing my I've been to Philadelphia sweatshirt, right? I've been to Philadelphia and I solved a lot of my problems. And when I got to Philadelphia, I had a fantastic GP who was really big into educating me and informing me and making sure that I knew what the hell was going on in my life and how to take care of myself. And he sat me down at one point and was like, why are you passing out so much, girl? Because it kind of got bad in my early 20s. Like, it got to the point where I was living by myself. I was not taking care of myself. And I was never somebody who liked to spend time in the kitchen, so I was not somebody who would like to cook. I didn't spend a lot of time trying to feed myself. I ate for sustenance and not for enjoyment. And the idea of keeping myself hydrated was not something that I was remotely worried about until long after my brain had completely formed. So I was way into my 20s before I even considered carrying a water bottle with me everywhere. To be fair, it wasn't even trendy to carry water bottles until later. So, I don't know, maybe I started part of that. But, but yeah, that's, this hair is fantastic, right? This is birthday hair. So anyway, the point is, I passed out a lot for a really long time, and nobody knew why. And so Pat, my doctor, sat me down and was like, "Hey, why are you passing out so much?" Like, it was getting to the point where it was happening every 6 to 12 months, 18 months, something like that. It was regularly enough where we're like, "Is this accelerating? We should probably look into this." And did all kinds of tests and heart monitors and EKGs, and they've done this for me so many times. It's kind of weird because nothing ever comes back, right? It's just like, no, everything's fine. We don't know what's wrong with you. You're totally absolutely fine, except for the fact that you just occasionally wake up and you don't know where you are because you've fallen over completely and lost all control of your body for a little bit. So I joke that occasionally I'm a little bit like a computer and I just require a hard restart. So while Pat and I are trying to solve the mystery of why does Jackie not stay conscious when she's stressed, he makes a casual comment to me, and he says to me, "Do you know, Jack, that hydration is 99% of the reason that people will actually faint? And that a lot of people are passing out because they're actually dehydrated?" Wait, that's a thing? Oh, yeah. Oh, that's a thing. Do you drink enough water? Yo, I could be drinking water. I passed out on the regular for the first 30 plus years of my life because I wasn't hydrated. It began when I was 6. Hydrated. I didn't drink water. That's how bad my self care was. Okay? I'm trying to explain to you the growth trajectory on my birthday, okay? So, you know what I did? I added water. I added water. I added water to my routine. I added water all the time. I decided to add water. I added water when I went drinking. I added water the next morning. I added water before I left the house. I added water to my bag when I left. I added water. And it's almost completely stopped these episodes. Not totally. They're not all the way gone. There are things that'll happen, but now I know so much about the warning signs and what's indicating that I usually can stop things from accelerating to the point that they used to. Because I've woken up in some really scary places. I've lost consciousness in public places. I've lost consciousness by myself and fallen into the bathtub. I've lost consciousness while I was a nanny taking care of 2 children while I was making dinner in the kitchen. And I fell forward and landed in such a way that I thought I had actually broken my neck, and was one of the scariest moments of my life. And I have had this experience of waking up and not being able to move my body, because when you do a hard restart, then you have to do the reboot, and it comes on slow, just like a computer. So your brain starts to slowly function. Your eyes might work. Maybe you can move your hand, but you can't lift your arm. Maybe you can move your head, but you can't quite lift it yet. So it can be scary and disorienting. And if you've really fallen somewhere and you wake up, and sometimes you find yourself waking up to something that looks like this, and you're like, where am I? What's going on? What's happening right now? Oh, wait. Oh, wait. Oh, I know where I am. And so I've had that experience so many times in my life that it's a little weird. It almost feels like I sometimes dabble back and forth between realms, because I feel like every so often I'm just taken out of this world. Isn't that weird? I don't do it so much anymore. It's better. It's better. I think I have other ways I'd rather connect. So here I am now, 49. I'm excited about it. I've never been this happy to be Jackie. I've never been this healthy, even with this chin. I have never been so sure that everything I'm doing in my life is exactly what I'm supposed to be doing, even though everything in my life is not right. It's not perfect and it's not in order, but it's exactly what I know it's supposed to be for me. And I didn't think that life could actually be like that. I didn't think you could have peace in chaos. And I didn't know that was something that was possible, because I grew up in such chaos that I was not hydrated before I was in charge of hydrating myself. So, tending in my family, just okay at it, right? Um, Actually, I give compassion to all of us for it because my maternal line was severed, and I think that really matters. When you lose people before they are able to give you their wisdom, it matters, and we lost a lot of wisdom in my maternal line, and with that loss of wisdom, we also lost a lot of compassion for ourselves and each other, and so the tending was just okay for a long time. I think I'm actually part of what the rebalancing for that is. See how that Libra shit works? But here's the thing that makes me a little bit different for those of you who are in astrology and you're like, Jackie, you're a Libra. I'm like, yeah, I'm a Libra, Taurus rising, if you're wondering. But then also, I've got a Scorpio stellium, and that means I have a collection of planets in Scorpio. And and those planets include Mars and Venus. And that gives me a little bit of an edge, and it puts me a little darker, and it makes me a little bit more willing to confront than most Libras. So somebody who's a double Libra is usually not going to go very confrontational, and those people who know me know that I am not afraid of an argument. I am not afraid of a confrontation. Indeed, the opposite. I tend to lean into them as a type of resolution more than not. And I actually think that's because of the stellium in Scorpio. And when I can't remember the other two off the top of my head. I usually have to look at the chart, but I think it's like Uranus and something else. And so, what does it mean? It means that it's not just a stellium; it's a 4-planet stellium. You're 4-planet Scorpio stellium in a double Libra. So I could talk to you forever, and I can totally chew you the hell out for what the hell is going on. So I got a funny balance of energy, but I think part of the reason that I have it is specifically because I'm supposed to use that Scorpio stellium in order to clarify for other people that we're not supposed to put up with this shit. We're not supposed to put up with a mediocre life. We're supposed to demand more, even if it means going really far away to find a doctor who is going to treat you with care enough to say, do you drink water? Because you should totally drink some water. So I drink water now. I actually drink water before I go to bed, and I drink water first thing when I get up, and I make sure. Do you know that if you drink a cup of water in the morning, 8 ounces, that it actually just is necessary in order to help your body to function and to get your organs going? Did you know that your organs require this? I guess it's obvious, for those who understand a lot of this better than I did. but but I actually required that sentence. You need 8 ounces of water to help your organs function in the morning. So I'm saying it to you in case you need that sentence too. And now as we get older and we're into this, late 40s stage, you take a little water before you go to bed because it helps your heart. And it helps your body and your organs while you're sleeping. So it's actually really beneficial, both of those places, as well as everywhere else, And so I still am not drinking enough water. I can tell you right now, I need to hydrate. Generally speaking, if you're thirsty, you haven't been drinking enough water. Thirst is like a red alert flag. So if you're at the thirst point, then you're way past dehydrated. So get you some water and start trying to do that more often. When I say that you should try to take care of yourself, I want you to understand that's what I mean. I mean, like, you should try to get up and drink some water in the morning and maybe eat some protein. Not a lot, just a little bit. You don't have to do a lot. Whatever works for you, protein bars, whatever, breakfast type thing that you enjoy. But if you're not even a breakfast person and you do things like nuts, you can just literally grab a handful of nuts in the morning. For those of you who are like me and really, really don't do self-care in the form of cooking. But I can find a snack that'll sustain me, baby. And I know what I need to eat now, and I don't set myself up for failure anymore. So, um, there's some of the proudest things I actually have about myself now is, I literally can stand on my own 2 feet. Because for a while that was hard. you know? And so, you guys, like this whole thing, this whole life experience is kind of crazy, right? That we do this to ourselves, we have these things, and like the parts that are hard are kind of, some of they're funny and then maybe even dumb. So, so when I look back now at like everything that I've done, and then I look at where we are in the world, and I look at what I'm doing right now, and I think about all the things that I'm not telling you right now about what's going on in my life, the stuff that I just allude to when I say that there's a lot happening in my world, and you'll eventually know about it because it's like good enough to put in a book. And so I don't know, maybe it'll be my author story when it comes out. Um, but um, but for me to be able to do what I'm doing right now, to talk to you, to tell you that I love you and that I know that we're all going to be okay and all of this stuff, it was like such a triumph for me on this 49th year of my cosmic experience lapping the sun on this planet. I am so proud that I am hydrated enough to tell you that I love you from the beach. While everything else is so chaotic, while I try to find my way through what I'm trying to find my way through, because I know you're out there trying to find your way through everything you're trying to find your way through. And if you're anything like me, your heart's been broken more times than you can even bear to talk about this year. If you're anything like me, you didn't know you could endure what you have experienced this year. If you're anything like me, you never thought this would be the world that you were seeing growing up and living in, for better and worse. There's so many things I delight in. There's so many things I'm terrified by. I'm so excited for all of us. But I'm mostly really excited for me. Because I found it. I found it. I found my way. I found peace. And when you can do that, then I want to say honest to God, honest to Source, honest to Pete, honest to everything. It matters. It matters. It matters that you're not wearing yourself down. It matters that you believe in a future. It matters that you put one foot in front of the other and that you hydrate and you eat some damn protein, because tomorrow you'll have more energy and you'll feel a little bit better. And you'll be able to do it better. And you keep doing it better. One step at a time, one day at a time, and nobody will notice. Nobody will pay any attention. They'll all go away and they'll have their lives. Things will happen. They'll get married, they'll have children, they'll have grandchildren, they'll move away, they get divorced, they get married, they get divorced, they get married, they get divorced. And then they find their people. And you're here the whole time. And you love them all no matter what. And you're watching the heartbreak, and you're watching the wonder, and you're watching the children grow up, and you're listening to the laughter. And you're remembering that you're part of that too. That joy, it's not just for everybody else. That joy is yours too. So if you're not feeling that joy, but you want to feel that joy, hydrate. Find your hydration. Find the thing that you need that's going to do the thing, right? It's that small hinge that swings a big door, you know? You start watering yourself, and then you stop passing out randomly, and then your safety increases, and your security and your confidence in yourself and your ability to make good decisions. All of it. All of it. And so it's a gift. All of it's a gift. And as soon as we can start understanding it, really believing it, and not just thinking it's a bunch of bullshit, it really does matter, you know? And I'm proof. And I'm so delighted that I get to be proof. Because there's so many, so many, so many who saw me on this path and didn't think I would be here, let alone anywhere good. I have reinvented myself, not just the once, y'all. I've done this, like, over and over and over. It's part of what the 9 line does in numerology. We end and begin. We reinvent ourselves. We are here. We are here for the constant transformations. That's what we're here for. I'm literally here to help with transformations and help you with necessary endings, with divine design and timing, and with understanding that you don't have to go to church to believe in something bigger than you, and you don't have to talk all the time about Jesus and God and everything else to be a good person. And you matter. Every choice that you make, because you are the divine. And we are all so, so, so blessed with so many opportunities to make our own lives better. So, I invite you to consider your birthday. And if you want to be where I am on your birthday, let me know. It was not a fast path, but y'all, I ain't built anything this strong ever in my freaking, not in this lifetime. I don't know what I've done in other lifetimes, but in this lifetime, I have never found anything as strong as my footing right now. And my ability to say that to you in the midst of all of this, while all of this stuff is going on here, there, and everywhere, man, I'm so stinking proud of myself. I'm even proud of myself for telling you I'm proud of myself, because that's not something I used to do. But you know what? Words are power. I keep telling you. And when you're not looking, I'm telling myself good things all the time, so I might as well tell them while you're looking too, right? We are the answer we seek. I am the answer I seek. You are the answer you seek. And this life that you're living right now is the prescription that you need, the medicine that's going to heal you. So if you would just quit fighting the medicine, take your medicine, swallow it down, and get to the healing part, y'all. Get to the healing part. Because then everything in the whole world will be going to absolute hell. And you can just go, fuck it, I'm going to the beach. Because you know what? I understand what really matters. Now is what we have. Now. Everything we're seeking, everything we want is available to us. Now. In the present. And that's why the present is a gift. Happy Weaver season. I'll see you guys next week. I love you. Thank you for loving me. May what is coming to you be bountiful and blessed. May you feel loved. May you be hydrated and tended. I know that's not easy right now. People are dealing with scarcity. People don't have food. So I love you. And I know it's not easy. And I really hope you're getting enough of everything